Now, the next update coming to the Sea of Thieves was teased during Xbox briefing, and it seemed to hint at the fact that maybe you weren't so safe from otherworldly threats on your ship. Graham is standing by with Mike Chapman from Rare to plumb the depths of Sea of Thieves' upcoming adventures.
Thank you, Benny. Joining me now is Mike from Rare. How are you, mate?
Very well. What a show. What a show.
It was amazing yesterday, wasn't it? And one of my favourite parts of the show yesterday was the Sea of Thieves trailer.
Yeah.
So much good stuff to unpick in there. But
Indeed.
The one I want to ask you about first of all is, are we really going to be attacked by rogue AI skeleton ships?
Yes, you are. So a new threat coming to the Sea of Thieves world. So you're out there on your adventures, and now you'll be coming across galleons crewed by skeletons.
Nice.
So imagine all that gameplay that we had in the Hungering Deep of crews working together to take down this threat. Now you're going to have that awesome pirate fantasy moment of firing a broadside, but now you're attacking these skeleton ships, boarding them, fighting skeletons on the deck, maybe sneaky downstairs with a sneaky gunpowder keg and blowing them up from the inside.
Nice, yeah.
All of those strategies, so much richer now with the skeleton ships.
It must have been amazing for you and the team to see the way that people are coming together to play Sea of Thieves. Is this going to be another way for pirates to band together and take on this new adversary?
Yeah, I think that social heart of Sea of Thieves has always been important to us. Like ways that, like a new take on multiplayer where we're bringing players together in new and interesting ways. You'll see us keep doing that and hopefully keep surprising players as well with what we do.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, when I think of the game, it's like a collection of amazing toys in this wonderful world.
Yes.
And you're letting the players do what they want with them, right? Like, if we talk about, like, Cursed Sails, what kind of new toys are you giving to players?
So another element we're bringing in addition to the ships is this cursed cannonballs.
Okay.
Not cannibals, not going to eat you.
Oh, God, they sound worse.
This fantastical take on the cannonball. So these magical cannonballs that bestow status effects on ships on players.
Right.
So you could find these out in the world. In terms of the lore, they're brought in with the skeleton ships. It's almost like this mystical threat that's come to the Sea of Thieves is carrying these cannonballs with them. And from that point, they can be found in the world. And they've got status effect like the ballast ball that makes ships heavier, pulls it down in the water to make the holes on the middle deck fill with water. Cannonballs that cut out voice communications, cannonballs that might make you play in them up, make the other crew dance on board their ship, but these cool status effect that will add this whole new dimension to encounters between player ships. And when you find them in the world, you don't know what other players have, right? So it adds this extra layer of strategy to encounters. You can use them against skeleton ships, and of course you can use them against each other.
All right, amazing. Now, Forsaken Shores is a little bit further off. It's coming later this
September,
summer, right? What can you confirm for us now? Like, what details can you...
Yeah, so what I love about this is that players have been asking for, we want an expanded world. And Forsaken Shores is us giving that to players, but also making amazing strides with kind of the gameplay of the islands. So this is kind of an area that's geologically unstable. You know, it's a land of fire and ash.
Okay.
So the scenarios we're talking about here is you going onto an island, you're there to do this epic voyage. You've stocked up your ship, you don't start there, but you're sailing into this perilous sea called Devil's Roar, which is this new world region we're adding with Forsaken Shores.
Excellent.
And the idea here is that it's geologically unstable, so you go on adventure, you feel a tremor in the ground, and then you look to the crater, you see a black plume of smoke, and you can have a volcanic eruption at any moment.
Wow.
And that will spew out kind of hot rocks that can land down on players, land and damage the ship. And with that, we're bringing in the rowboat.
Okay,
the pirate
perfect,
fantasy.
yeah.
So the rowboat, you could anchor your ship away from the islands and row yourself in.
Nice.
It's a great example of us bringing tools into the world that you can then enrich the entire game. So now if you're a solo player, you can take the rowboat ashore, put all your chests on board and row back to the ship in one go.
Excellent.
So we're celebrating it, content like that as part of Forsaken Shores, but it's going to enrich the whole game.
Excellent.
But it's going to be great.
That's one of the things I loved about your trailer yesterday was you had kind of embedded all these little details into that trailer. I mean, it's supposed to be fun doing that with your community, right?
It is. I mean, we're like, there's so many things in that you could blink if you miss it kind of moment.
Yeah.
So before Forsaken Shores with Cursed Sails, we're also bringing in the Brigantine, which is another kind of ship type that players have been asking for.
Right.
So this is a ship tailor-made, designed from the ground up for 3 players. So people who want that kind of big ship experience, but they've got a smaller group of friends. Yeah. This is a 2-mast ship. Feels like a big ship, but you can have this awesome ship that's tailor-made for you.
Okay, so we've got Cursed Sails and Forsaken Shores coming later this summer.
So Cursed Sails is July, we've got Forsaken Shores in September, and then the Hungering Deep team, who've just finished with that update, they're already on what's coming after Forsaken Shores. And we're doing another 2 content updates beyond that, and more next year.
Mate, you lot are busy.
We are busy, and then we're doing weekly events in between.
Totally.
So it's this constant kind of rhythm of content that adds to the game.
And tell us about campaigns as well. What's your approach to that down the line? Because that's happening as well, right?
Absolutely. So players have seen the start of this with the Hungering Deep, when our approach is not just about adding mechanic X, mechanic Y, adding some patch notes. It's about celebrating the content as part of a story. So players saw that with Merrick in the Hungering Deep, where we've wrapped this kind of quest line around it. gives players a tour of the content, allows us to showcase what's great about the speaking trumpet, show it off in a cool context. Players will see that again in Cursed Sails. There'll be a reason that skeleton ships have entered the world. There'll be a cool little quest type to be introduced to the Cursed Cannonballs, and the same with Forsaken Shores. That's the Sea of Thieves approach of adding content to the world, not just throwing it in there. It's about celebrating and showcasing it as part of these unique quests.
Amazing. Mike, always good to see you. And amazing
Likewise.
to see the whole Rare team out here. I live out here now, so it's nice for when you come out here and we can hang out together at E3.
Awesome.
Thank you so much and have a great E3, mate.
Thank you very much.
So Sea of Thieves is one of the many great games that you can download right now if you're a subscriber to Xbox Game Pass, and the lineup just got bigger this week. Let's send over to Jeff for more.